From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, December 18th, 2018. Silver is trading at $14.65 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,249 per ounce. Zen is trading at $5, and the average price of Bitcoin is $3,539. Antiwar.com reports, speaking on Monday, U.S. Special Envoy James Jeffrey confirmed that the U.S. is no longer demanding regime change in Syria and is not actively trying to force Syrian President Bashar Assad from office. That said, the American goal is a regime that is fundamentally different, even if it includes Assad. Jeffrey said Assad must accept such a compromise because he has not yet won the Syrian war. The U.S. has long demanded regime change as part of the end to the Syrian war, and even in staying in Syria militarily, officials have conditioned leaving on a successful transition and insisted that Assad could not be involved. Now there's resignation that Assad will stay, but Jeffrey says the U.S. and its allies are prepared to withhold any aid to reconstruct Syria unless there is some assurance that the changes they are demanding are implemented. Zencash has changed their name to Horizon to better represent their transition from a cryptocurrency to a pioneering platform that protects consumer data. They're working towards the day when anyone will be able to build privacy-based applications on the Horizon platform and generate income from them. This will allow Horizon to bring thousands of real-life services to the community. Services that provide freedom, utility, and privacy. HORIZEN.global. UPI reports nearly 3 in 10 Americans are delaying healthcare treatments because of their cost, according to a new Gallup survey released on Monday. Gallup's annual health and healthcare survey found 29% postponed treatments for the cost. It said more than half of them reported a serious or somewhat serious medical illness or condition, a figure equivalent to 19% of all U.S. adults. The share of Americans who delayed treatment is consistent with data in recent polls. In 1991, 22% of respondents put off medical treatment, and an average of 24% delayed care between 2001 and 2004. The current rate of 29% has remained steady in years since. Delayed treatment depends on available health insurance, another consistent finding. Gallup found that those with no coverage are more likely to forego treatment, with over half of the respondents in that category reporting a delay. The report found those enrolled in Medicare or Medicaid are least likely to wait. The poll results said Americans with health insurance are still often responsible for deductibles, co-payments, and other out-of-pocket costs. While it reduces demand for healthcare services, it can prevent many people from initiating treatment for medical conditions. In 2115 New England, there are no borders, no states, and no regulations, yet never has a more peaceful and prosperous place existed. Faced with the prospect of waning power, Mr. Drake intends to replace the anarchy of New England with a government. Anarchy in New England by Joe Jarvis is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports a woman who climbed the Statue of Liberty's stone pedestal to protest U.S. immigration policy declared in federal court on Monday she would do it again to call attention to the plight of families separated at the border and was found guilty of trespassing. Therese Patricia Okomo was also convicted of interfering with governmental administration and disorderly conduct before a U.S. magistrate judge in New York City. Each misdemeanor carries a maximum sentence of 6 months in jail, according to Nicholas Biasi, a spokesman for the U.S. Attorney's Office in New York. Okomo, a native of the Democratic Republic of Congo, who the New York Daily News said became a U.S. citizen in 2016, remains free pending her sentencing on March 5th. In a statement announcing the guilty verdict, U.S. Attorney Jeffrey Berman said Okomo's actions went well beyond peaceable protest. Berkman said it was a crime that put people at grave risk, calling her conduct dangerous and reckless. Okomo was arrested on July 4th after she scaled the base of the statue, and after not complying with police for 3 hours, police evacuated the landmark in the midst of the U.S. Independence Day holiday. She and her lawyer later said her act of civil disobedience was primarily a demonstration against the Trump administration's policy of separating migrant children from parents who were caught crossing the U.S. border illegally. Administration officials said the policy was needed to secure the border, but it was ended in June after images of separated youngsters held in cage-like detention facilities sparked a furor both at home and abroad. Testifying in her own defense on Monday, Okomo was asked by her attorney, Ron Kuby, whether she would repeat her protest under the same circumstances. She answered yes, adding, "As long as our children are being placed in cages, my moral values call for me to do something about it." This has been FPP Radio News. Online at FPPRadio.com.